Out of my way, ladies! This meat's mine!
Not if we get there first, hotshot!
Ha! Too slow! Victory is mine!
Oh, you rascal!
All's fair in love and shopping!
Good morning! I couldn't resist. Good morning, everybody. It's me, Mitch. Live from what is forecast to finally be sunny Melbourne, Florida today. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Mitch. And that was funny. I'm going to have to play that again once a few more people actually chime in and get here. I imagine Kelsey's finishing up. But in the meantime, my friends, drink it if you got it. My big Kilt's cup this morning. One more. While we wait for people to pile in. 45 so far. And here they come. And they're off. In the first, yeah. I feel like that sometimes. Like a racetrack announcer. Well, good to see you all this morning, my friends. How are you? TGIF. Well, we say that. For those of us that don't work a 9 to 5, 5 days a week, Friday is just another day. Good to see you all. That was, for those of you that missed it, I'll replay it in a minute or two, but that was a meme from my friend Barry Simon, who picks up on little things I say and makes a little reality out of them. And we were talking about, I was lamenting the other day about the fact that since I've had my stroke, I miss going to Sam's Club, being the first one in, and having a foot race with the old ladies to find the marked down meat. Sam's, I don't know if they still do it. I haven't been there in a long time, but they used to mark down any meat that was within a day or two of its sell-by date. They marked it down 25%, and they put it out first thing in the morning, and it lasted 5 minutes because there was always a bunch of people that were there to try to get to it, and nobody could keep up with me. I can't do that anymore, but I was so fast that it was a foot race. It was a foot race to the meat, and Barry created that little meme and sent it to me, and I thought it was brilliant, and I'll go ahead and let me play that again for you. So let me do this, and to me, this is kind of melancholy, but also I hope maybe one day to be back in Sam's Club at 8 o'clock in the morning, racing all the little old ladies to get to the marked down meat.
Out of my way, ladies! This meat's mine!
Not if we get there first, hotshot!
Ha! Too slow! Victory is mine!
Oh, you rascal!
All's fair in love and shopping!
And hang on a second. Let me get that out of there. I'm trying to be smooth. The truth of it is, that most of the time, if I had a foot race with an older lady or two, I would be the gentleman and stand back and say, you see anything you like, and let them take it, and let them take it. Most of the time when I did that, there was no race. I moved pretty fast, got to the meat. Some days were better than others. It was getting to the point where most days there wasn't much marked down meat to be had. Back in the earlier days, there was plenty of it. Whether that's kind of a subtle indication of the fact that carnivore or the health benefits of meat were becoming a little more accepted, or simply the fact that Sam's Club wasn't putting out as much meat because the demand wasn't there because of the propaganda. Hard to tell. Hard to tell. But those were, for me, the good old days. The good old days. And I'll drink to that. Thomas says, boy, Mitch, you are moving great. Yeah. AI Mitch is moving great. Old guy Mitch, I'm moving better, but nothing like running through the supermarket. Anyway, I haven't been back to Sam's Club in over a year now. They deliver my stuff, and I don't buy many ribeyes because I can't pick them out. When you just order them online, sometimes it really isn't pretty what they bring you, especially for that kind of money. So my son buys me ribeyes occasionally. Barry Simon has sent me some ribeyes, and I eat mostly bacon, eggs, and hamburger these days, which seems to be working pretty good. Working pretty good. So at any rate, here it is, Friday morning. Lady June was the first one in. Good morning, June. That was yesterday. And Barry Simon, wow, early at 5. A little after 5 o'clock this morning. Good Friday morning, Mitch, and all from Massachusetts. I'll be out and about, so looking forward to the replay. Well, Barry's going to love the replay when he sees that I used one of his memes. First off, first thing, Mike Seeley's here. Got beat out by Barry this morning. Good morning, Mike. How are you? And you, Myra's with us. Good to see you. Hello, dangerous people. She says, lovely to be part of this community. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And Wayne Herman, good morning from Lake Gaston, TGIF, North Carolina. Good morning, Wayne. How are you? How are you? Mike Silly Sr., always here. First off, and good morning, Mike. Richard Williams from Copper Hill, Tennessee. Good morning to you. All the usual suspects. Good morning from Ponte Vedra Beach, says Jerry Voitush. How are you, Jerry? Good to see you. Brian Dish. Good morning to all the Mitch Fits. Am I a Mitch Fit? I guess. And Rick, I don't know what this is supposed to mean. Maybe you meant no pain. But good morning to you, Rick, from Miami, Florida. Scott, unretired carnivore. Good morning, Scott. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. And Steve Rogers, superhero, Captain America from Kansas City. Good morning, Steve. Good morning to you. Rick is here. The Black Menace returns. I think that would be a subject that Barry might have a little fun with Rick and the Black Menace. So we'll see what shows up in my email after Barry watches this replay. Rough Carnivore from Guam says, hi, Mitch. Hi, my friend. How are you? And retired Rick is here. Good morning, Rick. How are you? Good morning, everyone. Lori Weitzel, how you doing, sweetie? Good to see you. Always. Thank you for coming in. Lizzie's here. And this is getting maybe a little old, but here's the winner. Guess who? It's Lambs, but this morning Brian managed to wedge himself right in between Lambs and Robbie Autry. Good morning, right at 7 a.m., right on the money as usual. Congratulations, guys. I appreciate the effort. Rick chimed back in. Good morning, and Sharon is here. My BBB and E. Good morning to you, Sharon. Good to see you. And Christy, I think I didn't see where you said I was correct. I guess I'll try to keep an eye on the chat a little better this morning, but I'm pretty sure it's Christy. Good morning. Good morning to you. Meeting Wellness. Clever. I like that name. And here we have Brenda McIntyre. Good morning, everyone. And Lori is back. She's laughing at Barry's meme. I love that one. He sends it to me faster than I can show them to you. Unbelievable. We showed a couple of new ones. He kind of made fun of Peter a little bit last night on the members live stream. Showed a couple of them. Do I have any other new ones here that you haven't seen? One of the ones that I kind of got a big kick out of is this one. And this is one of the earlier ones he sent me, but I kind of like it.
I've turned into a South Park character.
I don't know if you noticed, but Cartman had a beard and a mustache in that one. Mm-hmm. Okay, Christy verifies it. I did get it correct. Little round of applause for the old guy and his ancient memory, which, believe it or not, still works. Less than 4 weeks to my 79th birthday. 79. I cannot believe it. Wow. One more year of enjoying. I don't know if you consider 70s to be youthful, but something about that 80 number. Maybe when I get closer to 80 and I still feel good, I still got my mental capacity, and maybe it won't scare me as much. But at this point, pushing 80. I can't get rid of the significance that makes me feel. But I still cling to the fact that in my mind, I'm still somewhere in my early 30s, and I'm going to try to maintain that mental attitude no matter how big the number gets. And I'm sure if I do make it to 100, I'll look back and say, wow, I can't believe I was worried about getting old when I was just a young kid of 79. So I think as long as your brain keeps working, I think you can hang on to your youth. When your memory starts slipping and you start suffering from maybe dementia or Alzheimer's because of the medical community advice on diet and nutrition, I think that's when you really start to get old. We'll see. We will see. Rick's laughing at that too. And here we have Lizzie. Oh my God. Push them. Thanks, Lizzie. Marla Kelly's here. Good morning, Marla. How are you? Good to see you. And Danny in Boston's with us. Good morning, Danny. Peter's here. Pretzel Pete. And let's, in homage to Pretzel Pete,
Time for my favorite treat.
the butter makes it better. The butter makes it better. And interestingly enough, whoops, wrong button. Friday morning, too many buttons. Got up early this morning. I woke up about 4:45, and I just got up. I have my alarm set as a backup safety measure to keep me from oversleeping. I have it set every morning at 5:30. Very rarely do I sleep to the alarm. But I did yesterday morning. But this morning, I didn't wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I slept straight through. I slept, and that doesn't happen very often. I slept straight through from about 9:45 when I turned the lights out to 4:45 this morning. And it's possible, because I have only been doing it for a few weeks now, taking that magnesium glycinate, 2 capsules, 240 milligrams total of it before bed, is starting to live up to expectations and the hype that it actually helps you sleep through the night. Not only by eliminating maybe leg cramps, but for some reason seems to provide, and there's a lot of people who claim this, restful sleep, but they say it takes a while before you start to experience it. And last night I did. So I'll let you know if it continues to work. I don't think there's a downside to it, but and I'm not basically a real big proponent of supplementing everything. But if you have a particular issue, there are supplements that can help. So I give them a shot. If they don't work, I stop doing it. I'm pretty well convinced now, and many other influencers on YouTube are starting to talk more about creatine. I want to believe that I'm seeing benefits from it, both that and the my first cup of coffee with the MCT oil, the 8 carbon MCT in it. So I'm continuing to do it. So this is my second cup of coffee this morning. It has 5 grams of creatine in it. Now, there are a lot of people that say you shouldn't mix creatine with coffee because it basically fights with the caffeine. I don't see how that could be true. The stuff that I looked at talked about the fact that it actually adds, and that the caffeine actually adds to the effects of it. So, again, pick the story that you believe, and all I can do is look for some kind of evidence in my own feeling and energy that it's actually working. So let me take a sip of my creatine and we'll get back to it. The nice thing about creatine, unlike that stinky leucine, which may have helped, but I didn't like it. And I think the leucine is more for muscle protein synthesis, whereas the creatine is for a little energy backup in your cells. Totally different. But the creatine has no taste. You can take it any time of day. You can. It's a cumulative thing. You're not looking for a big boost or something like maybe caffeine from coffee. Not a stimulant, just to build up a reservoir of creatine phosphate in every cell of your body to be able to generate a little more ATP than you might normally be able to do with the normal level of creatine in our cells that we all have, especially those of us that eat meat. So that's a little biochemistry tip from Mitch this morning, and let's get on with it. Peter said good morning. Good morning, Pete. And Pretzel Pete. Chuck, good to see you this morning in Clearwater Super Tunes. How you doing? Corgi lover. Heidi ho, everyone. Heidi ho. That reminds me of a little, let's say, off-color South Park character. Heidi ho. Lucy Work, good morning. How are you, Lucy? Good to see you. And Kathy be here. And Kathy was there yesterday. Last night we had a great little live stream. The members community always enjoy that. Had a nice little panel, and we had a good time. And I guess these entertain everybody. So let me try to. Here it is. No, that's not it. There it is. This one. This is us on our eating
Welcome
live
to the
streams.
Carnivore Bunch. The meat life is the best life. We stick together, no grains, no problems. Exactly. Meat powers the brain and the body. Let's eat.
Yeah, that one. That's great. I like that one. And oh, it's time. This was another new one last night. So many people who aren't in it, who don't come to those, didn't see it. We had porn. We actually had porn last night on our live stream. Honest to God, I got an email from Barry, and the subject matter had one word in it. It said porn. I immediately went, "What's this? Porn? Dare I? I hadn't seen it. I hadn't previewed it yet." But I screwed up my courage, and I decided this is a private community. We can do whatever we want. And if I wanted to show some porn, by God, I'm going to do it. And this is what happened. Carnivore porn. Brought to you by Gary No Slow. No Slow Influence, it said. Let me do that again. Let me play that again. Wow, wow, wow. So we now have our own food porn in the carnivore community. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? Thank you, Barry, for that one. Barry has been very busy. I'm having a hard time keeping track, cataloging these things, putting them in folders that I can keep them handy and show them when I want to real quick. And I've got a whole collection of these now. So I hope you like them, and I hope you don't get tired of me trying to add a little humor, to this stream. I enjoy it. I'm in a better mood when I'm laughing rather than when I'm ranting, although I doubt the ranting is going to stop anytime in the near future. All right, where did I let off? With Lucy, I think. Kathy B. here got that one. Good morning to you. Brian B. Mac, good for you. Good morning to you. And, wow, I burned up 23 minutes of this live stream already. And I'm got to 7:02 in the chat. Well, this is what happens. Karen Field, Karen, hello from England. That's one I don't recognize. Welcome. Thanks for being here, Karen. Good to see you. Good to see you and anybody I haven't said hi to. I'm sure there's a lot of them. Thomas. Good morning, Thomas. How you doing? Good to see you. Lady June is back this morning. Good afternoon from Devon in the UK. Saying hello to Karen. Yes. Donna Ray's here. Bacon Runner. Chuck says, on Kiltz's this morning, commercials were popping up with air fryer diets, pick for men, pick for women. Commercials. Mid-roll, wow, I'm surprised to see that. Most of us don't run those mid-roll ads, but I certainly am a proponent of air fryer, especially for carnivores. Boy, Mitch, you are moving great, says Thomas. Yeah, would it be so that I could move like that right now? I'm happy to move the way I move. I try to walk fast when I walk. I'm still shaky, and I think it's going to be a long, long road to regaining that balance. But I've been at a point now for a while where I don't use any support when walking, and I don't lose my balance. But I still feel like I could. I've kind of gotten used to that, and maybe even relegated it myself to accepting that maybe as a new norm for me. But I still continue to see perceptible improvements every day, especially in the dexterity that I have in my right hand and right arm, and my balance, a little bit more confidence every day. But wow, compared to the rate at which I improved when I first had the stroke, it's really slowed down. And I look back and say, I wonder if I could have done anything more in those days. But I did all I could, and I have to live with whatever it's going to be. And hope it doesn't happen again. Melissa, good morning, Melissa from Texas. Good morning, everyone, she says. Terry P. is here. Hi, Terry. Good morning. Good morning on the road and listening. Well, that's cool. That's cool. And a question from Ruff. Do you plan on writing more books? No, not at all. Never, never, ever. Nor will I make a documentary. Nor will I put that much effort into any YouTube video. A book is an enormous amount of work. I tried that once. It went nowhere. The return or the good that I could do, even if there was no financial return, is way, way too much, requires way too much work and passion for the system we live in, for an unknown author to get any play, circulation, reach, however you want to call it, with a book these days. The best you can do is self-publish it on Amazon. But that doesn't promote the book. It doesn't market the book. If you're already a celebrity, well known in the world, and not just the carnivore community, you can use that celebrity and do the book tours and go on the morning talk shows with your book and promote your book here and there and everywhere. And maybe something will happen. But no, I tried that. And when I wrote my book, I was saving the world. I mean, I really was naive as hell. I didn't know anything about the publishing business. Didn't know. I sent manuscripts off to God knows how many publishers, and every one of them came back to me. None of them, I think, were even read. I think they were rejected simply because they never heard of me and weren't going to put any money, let alone paying me any money. They wouldn't put any money behind the costs of publishing and hyping and promoting a book because they're in it to make money. They're not in it to save the world. In retrospect, I'm not a good enough author, I don't think. I'm not going to sit down like so many people do today and let AI write my book for me. And it'll do that. You just give it the parameters and it'll turn out a book for you. I think the value of our books in the future are going to be less and less human and more just computers spewing the same stuff with a few different words so that you can copyright it. Same thing with videos. More and more of our community, I see people who used to put their personality in, flaws and all, like me, humanity, personality into their videos are now letting some machine do it for them with text popping up all over the screen and just jamming information direct to our brains without any thought interfering in the meantime. We're just absorbing crap these days without even the time to contemplate whether it's actually valid information or not. It's just information. We're just downloading way too much info to even have time to think about it. I can't get involved in that. But no more books for me. Sorry about that. I do have that one book. It's a very strange book. I go into theories that I had about everything, about life, about how it works, about how our behavior formed, all this stuff that just bores the hell out of most people who just want to, I'll give you 2 minutes of my time, give me the best you got, and if I haven't gotten it yet, I'll move on to the next. And then they open up TikTok on their cell phones and start going through short videos one after another, blasting this stuff right to their subconscious without any time to consider it. That's our world today. That's the way our young people are actually learning everything they're learning, and they learn a lot and know nothing. Think about that. They learn a lot, but they know nothing. They have just become an encyclopedia of useless crap that has been crammed into their brains. Liz is here. Good morning, Liz. Black Box Morning TV. How are you? Morning, everybody. TGIF. I hope everybody has a great weekend coming up, too. I'm counting down the days till next Thursday when nothing changes or stops it. I will be going to visit my friend Kiltsy in Sarasota. I hope to take you along with me for some of that, and looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. Don't get many outings these days. Aaron Booby Goats was commenting on the fact that some people get here right at 7 o'clock. Yes, they do, and I'm up to 7:10 now. Loretta Nadow, good morning, Loretta. And Donna Ray, my birthday is 5 weeks from today. Wow, you're a May baby. Another Taurus. Taurus the bull. I'm proud of it. Happy birthday, Donna Ray. 1 week after mine. Mine's the 7th. When is yours? 7th of May. Remember the day, the 7th of May. I told this story before, but I doubt people remember it. When I was in the last stages of being tucked safely inside of my mother, probably March or April of 1947, a company put up a billboard campaign in Philadelphia, and nobody knew who it was because all the billboards said, my mother told me about this. She told me this story when I was very young. I always remembered it. She said there was billboards all over Philadelphia, and all it said on the billboard was, remember the day, the 7th of May. And it was one of those things that everybody kept looking at them because nobody knew what the hell it was until May the 7th came along. And that's when I came along. Mid-afternoon on May 7th, 1947. And on the morning of May 7th, 1947, they changed all the billboards. They were from the Bulova Watch Company. And it was some breakthrough in watches. Maybe it was the first, I don't know if it was or not, maybe the first tuning fork watch. Remember those? Supposed to be the most accurate watches. Well, it was such a big announcement that they spent all this money on this billboard campaign commemorating the 7th of May, which was my birthday. And every time, and I've never forgotten that. I've never forgotten that when my mother told me about it. What was the name of that? They had a name for that watch, a trade name for it. What was it? What was it? I gotta look here. Let me type in tuning fork watch. Let's see if that. Now it says here, introduced in 1960. What was the name of it? Bulova Accutron. That's what it was. The Bulova Accutron. I remember that. Wow. Yeah, that takes me back. Excuse me. Little morning off-camera nose blowing. You never know what you're going to get here. Back around 69th birthday. Wow, wow, wow. You're getting there too. So you and I share the same in the fact that even though I'm 10 years ahead of you, it's still the last birthday in a decade of life, which tends to be a little more significant to us. So you're hanging on to the 60s with both hands, and I'm hanging on to the 70s. But you probably understand. Just like a 29-year-old is saying, "Oh my God, I'm so old. I'm going to be 30 tomorrow. What am I going to do? I'm ready for a walker." You know, it's all relative. All relative. I felt, when I was 50, I said, "Well, I'm getting old, but I don't feel old." Don Shiger says, "Good morning. Good morning." This is encouraging. Something doesn't usually happen. Laurie said, "I had a great conversation about the carnivore lifestyle on my story yesterday with someone who actually listened and wanted to learn. They didn't think you were crazy." Remind us down the road if they actually took your advice and you actually managed to bring someone into this cause of ours. Most of them in fact, if not all of the civilians that I talk to, never follow up. I've had a few of them start, but after 3 days, the cravings and addictions just wouldn't let them go. The interesting part of it is that they were all so proud of themselves at first, and they all bragged about how strong a person they are. How when they put their mind to something, I can do this. And I say, well, you be the first that I've talked to, other than in the community we have, that's actually followed. "Oh no, I'm gonna show you, Mitch." 3 days later, I don't see him. Where you been? They're ashamed to talk to me because it lasted them 3 whole days before the addictions got the best of them. And that's kind of proof of the power that these addictions have over us, and how little the concept of willpower for most people is actually believable at all. Not with the evidence, not with the people who just can't overcome the addictions. I'm reading. Gil Ream is here. Good morning to you. Lots of folks on X that hate carnivores, like lefties hate Trump. Oh, there's no doubt. Why do they hate us? Why do people hate us? What are we doing? What are we doing to people? To justify all this prejudice against those of us who just want to eat meat and don't want to eat plants. Why do they launch these Well, are these people financially benefiting from the current dismal dietary advice? So many people that have no stake in the game just hate us. Victims of the propaganda against this and the terrible information that their doctors keep giving them. And yet they keep respecting their doctors. It boggles the mind. Apr Renner from San Diego, good morning to you. And Gary's here. Gary says, I had nothing to do with it, I swear. I don't know what we were talking about then, but okay, Barry, we'll let you off the hook. I must be getting comments that about all those memes that I was showing you a little earlier. 7:23, not too far behind, 17 minutes behind. Wow. I'm managing to keep up this morning. Yeah, I agree, Jerry. You know, I subscribe to YouTube Premium, so I don't have to watch the ads. It costs like $15, $16 a month now, but I do get other benefits with it. YouTube Music has replaced any of the other iHeartRadio, Pandora, all the other music services that I've tried. I get enough music, a variety of music on YouTube Music, that I can justify that $15 for that. The fact that I watch a lot of YouTube and I don't have to watch those ads, that's worth every penny of the $15, because they just keep increasing the amount of ads, and everybody's doing it. I have, Amazon Prime, which of course is going up again next year, another $10 to like $140 a year. I buy a lot of stuff from Amazon, and I like the 2-day shipping and no shipping charges. But I also justify the Amazon Prime because I've made Prime Video the main place that I go to watch movies and things. But then they started running ads on Prime Video. So I'm paying for Prime, and that's why I left cable TV, because I was damned if I was going to pay all that money just to watch 20 to 30 minutes of advertising in every hour of TV. So then they came up with a thing, well, you pay $2.99 a month and we won't show you the ads. So I paid the $2.99 a month. Well, they just raised that to, I think, $4.99 a month now. So you don't have to see the ads on the thing you're paying for to be ad-free in the first place. And then I found out that everything I wanted to watch was on Paramount Plus, but showed up on Amazon Prime. But if I tried to watch it, I had to subscribe to Paramount Plus. So in order to watch what I wanted to watch, I subscribed to that. And this is our world now. This is our world. You got to pay to play everywhere. Everywhere, unfortunately. And they're not bashful about raising the prices every year, 10 to 20% on everything. So I guess we have to do it. So I pretty well say, okay, $100 a month pretty well covers all of these little piddly $10, $15 a month subscriptions that I need to do just to watch TV, because you can't watch broadcast TV. I get the stations, but it's all advertising. I can't even use my cell phone anymore without every other thing popping up on the screen being an advertisement. So they've monetized it all. They monetize it all. I will not on YouTube run the mid-roll ads to interrupt the show. But if I don't run the before and after the stream ads, YouTube will run them anyway, because they have long ago reserved the right if you don't want to advertise, we'll do it, but you won't get anything. So I would have to give up the $3 or $4 that I might make on a live stream like this. Big money. Big money. Let's see. Jerry loves my book. Yeah, thank you, Jerry. Thank you so much. If you're a member of the private community, you can download a copy of that for free. Amazon sells it. I have never received a royalty from Amazon for my book. Not that they sell that many of them, but I can see how many I've sold, but I never reached a monthly threshold of maybe $10 for them to actually pay me. It's unbelievable. I wrote that book 25 years ago or so. Never made a dime, not 10 cents. I don't care. That's why I give it away these days. My days of a best-selling author have passed me by, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Yes, question marks. Functional Human Matt. Hi, Matt, how are you? How are you? Mitch, do you ever or have you ever tested ketones? I'm sure you're good to go no matter. Still new to it all. Well, you're talking about exogenous ketones. Just recently, I started following a regimen where I take a dose of the MCT oil, which with caffeine, first thing in the morning within an hour of when I get up, which will stimulate ketone production. If you're a carnivore and you're not eating plants or sugars, you don't even have to ever think about ketones. You don't have to measure them. All of us, when we first started keto, went out and bought the test strips that we pissed on. But even those are unreliable. And as your body gets used to it, you'll stop dumping the ketones in your urine, which is the only way they show up on that test strip. So you got to go to a blood test now. And I know Keto Mojo, and they all sell these combination glucose and ketone meters. There are some influencers, one in particular here on YouTube, that just live and die by the numbers. Everything they do, every bit of advice they give as a doctor, is all about the ratio of ketones to glucose, and nobody, I believe, really needs to live hooked up to a machine all day long. It's not our job to micromanage. I've been doing this for a month or so, maybe more, with the ketone in the morning. It's not really, I don't know if it's considered a ketone when you take MCT oil, or because it's just a triglyceride. It's just a medium chain triglyceride that stimulates ketones. But no, I have never in my life ever gone after an exogenous ketone drink. I don't ever measure ketones. I don't care. My body is smart enough to know whether I should be in ketosis and whether I can benefit from it. I know if I eat no sugar, my body's going to default to being in ketosis most of the time. And I think that might even be better to be flexing in and out. So I'm not the place to come for that advice, but I can only tell you, my friend, be very wary of those people who their entire practice revolves around your ketone level or any other single measurement. We're not built that way. We're not built that way. Our bodies are built to take care of themselves as long as they have everything they need to do the job. And that's our only job. We can tinker with supplements like I do, especially when you get older. So many of the things that I'm doing now as far as supplementing would be unnecessary if I was still 40. But we do experience many changes in our body as we age. And if our science has given us some things that might help us have a little more energy as that aging happens, it's something to consider. Something to consider. That was a good question. Thank you so much for that. And Matt, good to see you here. Good to see you. Good to see you. I think if you listen to guys like Anthony Chafee, Sean Baker, my friend Kiltsey, most of these people, you very rarely ever, I can't remember the last time I heard Kilts even use the word ketone. And you won't hear it out of my mouth very often either. I don't think it's that important. Uncle Charlie's here. Hiya, Charlie. Good morning to you. How are you? Thomas uses a CGM. Well, I think a CGM is if you're diabetic, it's a good tool because it keeps you from having to do that finger prick thing multiple times a day. I think if you're the kind of person that doesn't believe just exactly how drastically that one Oreo cookie can shoot your blood sugar up, a CGM for a short period of time is a good way to test your body's response to what you're eating, because it's usually a big surprise how much it shoots up, how much you get spikes in your sugar. And if you're trying to find those foods, if you got to eat veggies, for example, you got to eat fruits, this CGM will help you discover those that give you the smallest blood sugar spike, because that translates to the smallest amount of insulin dumped to counteract it. And it's a useful tool for that. And most people who put a CGM on, I've never worn one. I have no use for one. But some people who have a sugar problem, they're astounded at how little exogenous sugar can cause such a dramatic change in their blood sugar levels, hence their insulin levels. And it's the insulin we got to keep an eye on. Unfortunately, there is no constant insulin monitor that we can wear, which would be probably a much better number, but a much harder number to read or test for. 729, I'm up to 729. What are you guys talking about? Don't know. Laurie says, maybe some cheese, Peter. I don't know. Peter's probably talking about the fact that he's discovering that he's an addict like me, and he just needs to stay away from this stuff because there is no willpower. Is no willpower. And we have Loretta. Good morning, Loretta. Hello, beautiful people. Why, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I enjoy being called beautiful. Oh, you're just talking to all of them, are you? Not me. Evidently, we're talking about CGMs. I will, when I watch the replay, I'll try to follow that conversation a little more closely. But, and here we have another May birthday. Loretta, May 31st. Okay, all you May birthday babies. I'm going to have a birthday party. Live. I do it every year. Going to have a birthday party. What day of the week is May the 7th? I have no idea. Let me see. Let me get to my trusty calendar here. May the 7th is a Thursday night. Wow. So on May the 7th, we will not have a members live stream, but we will have a happy birthday, happy 79th birthday Mitch live stream. And of course, everybody is invited. So we'll start talking about that Thursday. May the 7th, 2026. And as I get older, the scariest thing is to think of this. I was born in 1947. In 21 years, it'll be 2047. And I'll be, if I'm still around, a century, a century old. Oh, wow. Wow. There was a question came up. Peter says, question, Mitch, will we be having a 79th birthday live stream that evening? Yes, of course I will, Peter. And I doubt it, and I'm hoping that everybody will come in and visit me. We can have people coming and gone, and it can be maybe not as long as a Rick live stream, but a couple hours at least. At least. So I know I always have a New Year's live stream, New Year's Eve, and always have a birthday live stream. Nobody's throwing me a birthday party. I got to throw one for myself, but that's okay. That's okay. Oh, all these May birthdays. Lord, my mom was May 14th. And I always reminded you of your mom. Wow. I bet you she had more hair than I did. Jerry Hall, May the 30th. Wow, look at that. Look at that. All these May babies. Michael Pregler's here. Hi, Michael. Michael, how you doing? On our way home from the weight room. And Kathy be here. I was from Philly. Whereabouts, Kathy? What part of Philly? I was from Northeast Philly. Northeast Philly, Oxford Circle area of Northeast Philly. That's where I grew up. That's the house I went home to from the hospital when I was born. I got to go a little faster here because we're at a point where we're pushing 8 o'clock and I half hour, well, 7:40, not a half hour behind. But let's see. Why would I need, Rick says, YouTube music? I have all my music locally. Well, I understand that. I understand that. I like to hear different music. I have a 64 gigabytes or thereabouts of MP3 files. Tens of thousands of them. But in my car, when I go somewhere, I like to listen to something new. The radio stations are all, the FM stations and all of them. I don't want to pay for Sirius satellite radio, even though it came with my car, and I keep getting cheaper and cheaper offers from them every couple of weeks. I don't see the need to pay for it. I don't spend that much time in my car, but I can connect my cell phone to my car by Bluetooth, and that's when I use YouTube music. I don't listen to it at all while I'm around the house or anything. So no, but if there's a less expensive way of doing anything, Rick, and we need advice about how to do that, you are the guy we will ask. You have mastered the art of frugality, and there's nothing wrong with that. My father was like that. My father still had, this is a joke. We used to say, my father still had his second grade lunch money saved away somewhere. That's how frugal that man was. He would drive a car until even the rust wouldn't stick to it anymore. The thing would literally have to disintegrate before he'd buy a new car. They blamed that on growing up through the Depression, they say that anybody who lived through the Depression was frugal. It's scary to be without money and even to be without food. Scared those people so much, because these were not homeless people. These were people that worked all their lives and saved money, had houses, and they found themselves unable to, had to stand in bread lines to get food during the Depression. The people who survived the Depression became very, very frugal. My father was one of those. And he would squeeze a penny until it screamed, "Help, let me go." He never spent money, never bought anything for himself. My mother had to buy him clothes or else. And I'm kind of that way, but I'm not frugal like my old man was. I spent money like it was going out of style when I was younger. I look back and I say, that's a good thing, because that money that I thought was going out of style, it went out of style. It takes a wheelbarrow full of money to buy anything these days. All right, we're getting through it. We're getting through it. 8 o'clock into overtime. Don Ray says 17 days until my carniversary. Congratulations. I know you'll make it. No problem. No problem. Yumari says, Mitch, we will enjoy your birthday. I hope so. Any excuse to celebrate. Any excuse to celebrate. Everybody's talking to each other. Question, Mitch. That's the one that Peter said. Yes, I will be having a live stream. I saw that as it came across. Now we're going to speed up a little bit. Thomas is still, has to monitor his sugars, but Thomas, you're improving every day, man. Improvement every day. Everybody's giving Thomas advice about his sugars. The best he can do, and the only thing I think he can really do, is just stay carnivore and stay zero carb. Give your body a chance to figure itself out and heal. I don't think I don't know if you're not a type 1 diabetic, I don't think. Thomas, I don't know. I never heard anybody say that. So hopefully it will in time straighten itself out. Took quite a bit of time to get as fouled up as it is. That's all our problem. And sometimes it's going to take some time to heal, unfortunately. All right, I am almost caught up. Wow, wow, wow. Everybody's talking. We've got 100 people here. That's great. And Jerome Musaw. I'm late, but good morning to you all. Hello, Jerome, how are you? How are you? And Bill Cook, I haven't seen you yet. Good morning to you. Talking about taxes. I got my taxes done. I haven't filed them yet. I owe them a little bit of money, so I'm waiting until the last possible minute before I have to part with that money, but I finally got them done. Be the first time in many, 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 many years, in fact, since I can remember accurately, that I didn't file an extension. I actually got the stupid taxes done. I forced myself to sit down and do them, which may have been why I was in such a bad mood last week it's just last Tuesday. I was in such a bad mood because all I was thinking about was those taxes. But I did get them done. So I will be filing on time. I'm sure that will create a furor at the Internal Revenue Service. I think that they may even have a holiday and call it the Miracle of Mitch holiday every year to commemorate the first time in anybody's memory that I actually filed my income. Now, I always paid. If I thought I owed something, I always managed to pay them by the 15th so that there was no penalties. But then you have 6 more months to do the paperwork. And I always put it off and always filed on the last filing day. It was usually in October. And every year in October, I saw I wasn't going to do it that way again. Because then I thought about it all year long. This year I said, gave myself a treat. I said, I'm going to get it over with by April 15th. And then I don't have to think about it all year. So we'll see how that works out for me. I got to the bottom of the chat. You guys are talking about Medicare and Medicaid. Medicare, you mean? Who is talking about it? Is that Peter? I'm still working and making good income, so I can't take Social Security or it will be taken all. Yeah, that's a whole nother subject, guys. Should you take it at 62? Should you wait till you're 65? Should you wait till you're 70? There's as many opinions on that as there are on what's the healthiest diet out there. I took mine at 62. I took it because that was about the time that my life was going to shit, and I wasn't going to turn down any money. I'm glad I did take it at 62. Because if I add up everything I've received so far, I probably got a lot more money out of them than I would have if I waited until I was like 70, even though the monthly amount was more. If I lived to be 120, then it probably would have been better for me to take it later and get more every month, because what happens to most people, unfortunately, is they keep waiting and keep waiting and keep waiting, and they're almost to the point where they can start to get some money, and then they die. Then they die. And you get nothing. So my philosophy of life is make hay while the sun shines, take it when you can get it. So I did. And that seems to be of most of the Social Security advice that's given by most financial people is take it as soon as they're willing to give it to you. I don't want to give anybody that advice, but it worked okay for me. And it's not, and you need to have something else besides Social Security and retirement. I've learned that the hard way. I'm going to be working till the day I can't work anymore. Then I'm not going to worry about it. Do the best you can. Okay. Michael Prager's got the right idea. I don't have to worry about any of that stuff, Peter, because I'm not freaking working ever again. There you go. There you go. All right, this has turned into a Social Security chat. And I'm going to get out of here early today. Only about 10 minutes overtime. That went fast. That went fast. But here's a little happy music for you. Say goodbye to your friends in the chat. Oh. Scratch that. One more meme. One more meme.
You know, I get high on eggs, scrambled eggs specifically. I just look at them and I feel it. See, floating all around me now. Scrambled eggs on plates, floating everywhere.
That's my drug addiction, folks. I keep getting so many of these things I can't keep up with it. At any rate, where was I? We were saying goodbye. Okay. I will see you tomorrow night on Saturday Night Live. Come into the panel with us. Join the party. It's like pulling teeth sometimes. Let's enjoy ourselves. Find something to laugh about. I hate to think of what happened if I permanently lost my sense of humor. I lose it occasionally and a rant comes out, but fortunately I'm able to regain it again really quick. Find something funny in virtually everything. So we will see you then tomorrow night. Bye everyone, says Melissa. Rick says I will be there. Have a great weekend, says Loretta. Lady June says bye all. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Mitch, says Lori. Thank you, sweetie. Rough Carnivore, LOL. Nice meme. The eggs, yeah, that was funny. That was funny. So, Sharon says goodbye. Bill Cook says goodbye. Danny in Boston says goodbye. Goodbye to everybody. See you tomorrow, says Rick, 8 o'clock in the morning. And I will be there in and out probably throughout the morning. We'll see. But have a great time. Have a good show, Rick. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I'll let the music play out. People are bailing fast here, down to 69 people still around. Thank you so much. Here it comes. Any second. Boom. Take the rest of the day off. Eat the meat. Eat the meat.